Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at another tool. This one is what I think of as my mini-Dremel. Now it's actually advertised as a mini 12-volt electric hand drill motor kit. There's a mouthful. Anyway, my drill is it's on the way out. I think it's got some bearing issues, so I decided to pick up a new one and thought I'd share it with you. Before we talk about the Dremel, I do want to talk about microphones for a moment. Now, I typically don't record audio at the same time I record video, but in this case I wanted to record some audio so you could hear how loud or how quiet some of these little motors are. I won't get into it too much, but the mic I just showed was what's called a shotgun mic, and the mic I ended up using here is what's called a lavalier or a lapel mic. I've used a piece from an old helping hand soldering station, just wrapped the wire for this lapel mic around it, and I've got a little microphone boom now. A little pen tapping on the table just so you can get a sense of how well this microphone picks up sound. Now let's fire up and listen to the old tool. That's one angry sounding tool. Now, I'm no motor expert, but I think there's a bearing that's going bad or has gone bad in this old tool. Instead of trying to play around with the motor, I went over to Amazon and took a look at my original purchase. Now, I bought this in 2019. It cost me $10.92. A new one today cost $10.29. So 63 cents cheaper. This many years later, I kind of had to buy it. For the price, the package is actually pretty complete. You get the motor, the chuck, and a chuck key, a brass connector that they call a shaft with set screws, some drill bits, and you get a bit of wire with spade connectors to fit right onto the motor. I actually ended up buying a separate pack of spade connectors as I didn't realize it came with the wire with the connectors already on it. But what the heck, you can always use spade connectors, just pop them in the toolbox. I'll use them eventually. The motor is beefy, it's got a good little feel to it. Now, between the motor, the brass connector, and the chuck, it weighs in at just about 5.5 ounces. In my package there weren't any directions, but it's pretty straight ahead really. You just want to put the brass connecting section on top of the motor shaft and tighten up the set screws. One thing you'll notice, you can probably see it from here, but this brass piece, it actually is slightly tapered. And the reason for that is that the chuck actually is just a press fit onto the brass piece. There's no additional screws. When you put the chuck onto the brass piece here, this brass connector, you do want to be careful to go as straight as you can. Now, there's not a lot of wiggle room or wobble that you can introduce here, but you can introduce a little bit. So you want to go as straight on as possible. Sometimes with the chuck that is just a press fit onto this brass piece, you may need to tap it slightly with a hammer, or in my case, I used a machinist square just to give it a bit of a tap to seat it a little more firmly. I actually didn't need to do that in this case. I just did that to illustrate how you do it. And again, if you do use a tap, very, very slight. On the full-size rotary tool that I have, and I'll show that in a minute, I use a keyless chuck, and I'm really used to those now. So using a key is, well, it's just unusual for me. And really, the key that comes with this, the metal feels a bit soft. It's not great quality, but given that the whole purchase price of this was right around $10, I can work with it. It'll be fine. I put in a polishing wheel here instead of a small drill bit. It's just easier to see on camera. Also, these polishing wheels are really nice for cleaning stubborn little pieces of dirty track. Here you can see the older mini-Dremel I have next to the larger rotary tool, the Wen brand. It's a nice tool. It's got a nice beefy insulated cord. The reason I like the smaller ones though, not all the time, but often, is it's just easier to work in smaller confined spaces. Now the motor doesn't come with any way to turn it on, turn it off, or control its speed. So I use these small boards, these PWM controllers, pulse width modulation controllers. They're really inexpensive. You can pick these up anywhere from $1 to $2 or $3 a piece. I'll actually do another video, more than one, and these little controllers do a surprisingly good job on small motors, on small locomotives too. I didn't film the soldering process, but it's very straight ahead. There are 2 pins for the power, 2 pins for the motor. What I then did was pot the electronics, basically mixed up some 2-part epoxy, and poured it over all the connectors. I then added a bit of heat shrink tube just to tidy things up a bit. Okay, we're back now to the microphone being live, and I wanted to show the microphone's about 7 inches away from the table surface. I'm just giving this a bit of a wiggle, and you can hear something's wrong in there. And the new tool is perfectly silent. And back to a bit of pen tapping to get a sense of the volume. Okay, I'll power up the older drill now, and you'll get a sense of the volume. I think it's a bearing gone bad. Okay, and now I'll do the same little test, but with the new tool. There really is a world of difference, and the thing that really doesn't come across on the video is that there's far less vibration on the new tool. This is really apples and oranges, but you get a sense of just how much louder this bigger tool is. And this one's like a hurricane. You can hear the exhaust air buffeting the microphone. Now I'll just polish up a piece of track here with the new baby Dremel. At $10 for the tool itself, for another $2 or $3 you can pick up this little control board, and you either probably have an old power supply or you can pick one of these up well under $10. Given the first motor went so many years through some pretty hard service, it held up really well. And while this little tool doesn't have the torque of the bigger tool, for a lot of hobby work, model train work, this is a terrific little baby Dremel setup, and I highly recommend them. Okay, I think we'll wrap it up here. We're done. I hope you got some use out of this video, and we'll see you in the next one.